The monitor is humming like a restless hive, counting down the minutes that we're still alive. Now we just you, but I'm fading too. In this sterile room of white and bruised up blue, I'm holding your hand, but it's heavier now, like a book that is finished, like a broken old file. I'm memorizing the lines on your palm one last time before the mountain we build becomes too steep to climb. They say that the soul weighs an ounce and a bit, but the air in this room is the heaviest hit. I'm trying to steal every second of grace before you drift off to a different place. And I'm waiting for the final breath to break, the last little bit that the silence will take. It's the end of the us, it's the closing of the light, the last puff of steam in a cold winter night. I'll hold my lungs until yours find their rest, with the weight of a lifetime pinned to my chest. Oh, I'm not ready for the quiet to death after your final breath. I remember the way you would sigh in your sleep, a soft little secret you let the house keep, or the way you catch it right before you would laugh. Now I'm staring at a flat line in autograph. The nurses are kind, but they walk on their toes, like they're afraid to disturb where the memory goes. I wanna scream, stay, but I know that it's cruel to keep a guttering candle as my only rule. Is it a sigh, or is it a release? The bridge between the struggle and the peace. I'll stay in the echo, I'll stay in the gone, until I find the strength to let the morning come on. And I'm waiting for the final breath to break, the last little bit that the silence will take. It's the end of the us, it's the closing of the light, the last puff of steam in a cold winter night. I'll hold my own lungs until yours find their rest, with the weight of a lifetime pinned to my chest. Oh, I'm not ready for the quiet to death after your final breath. There it is, soft as a feather, the very last time we're breathing together. The room is so still now. The room is so cold. I'm letting you go. The sky is bleeding amber over the edge of the hill. The world is moving on, but we're standing perfectly still. You're leaning on the fender of your rusted out sedan, with a million things to say in a suitcase in your hand. We used to chase the twilight like it was something we could keep, but now the shadows are stretching and they're getting far too deep. I'm memorizing the way the light catches in your hair, because in 20 minutes you won't even be there. clouds are turning violet, the birds are heading home, and I'm realizing I'm about to be a kingdom of my own. Don't say it's for the better, don't say it's for the best. Just watch the sun go down and let the fire do the rest. It's the last sunset we'll ever see together, the end of the always, and the stormy weather. The oranges fade into a bruised and lonely blue, and I'm losing the horizon while I'm losing you. The stars are coming out to mark the way I feel. In the last sun, before the dark is real. There's a chill in the breeze that wasn't there an hour ago, a physical reminder that it's time for you to go. We spent 1,000 evenings watching the day turn into night, but we never thought we'd be the ones to put out the light. I wanna hold the sun up to push it back into the sky, to buy another minute, to avoid the long goodbye. But the earth keeps turning, indifferent to the pain, and the golden hours drowning in a sudden silent rain. I'll see this glow on every street and every empty park, but I'll be the only one shivering in the dark. How can something so beautiful feel so much like an end? How can the sun go down on a lover and a friend? It's the last sunset we'll ever see together, the end of the always, and the stormy weather. The oranges fade into a bruised and lonely blue, and I'm losing the horizon while I'm losing you. The stars are coming out to mark the way I feel. In the last sun, before the dark is real. There goes the gold, there goes the pink. The world is getting smaller than you think. The sun is gone, and so are you. The saturation's leaking from the edges of the room. The velvet red of summer has turned to winter's gloom. I'm looking at your sweater hanging on the bedroom door, but it doesn't look as bright as it did the day before. Your face in the mirror is a ghost I can't quite catch, like a candle burning down or a damp and dying match. We're losing all the contrast, we're losing all the grit, and I'm just standing in the middle watching all of it. It's not a sudden blackout, it's not a violent scream, it's the slow and steady thinning of a long exhausted dream. The volume's turning down on the I love yous that we said, and I'm just hearing static in the space inside my head. I'm fading out like a radio song on a lonely night, losing the frequency, losing the goal, losing the light. I'm a Polaroid left in the sun, turning into white, trying to hold the image, but shade of your eyes, but they're washing in a blue like the rain in April skies. The timeline is blurring, the dates are slipping past. I guess forever was a shadow that we couldn't make last. I'm reaching for the memories, but they're water in my hands, sifting through the fingers like the hourglass sands. I'm becoming a background, a smudge on the glass, just a name on a letter that you're gonna let pass. I used to be a fire, I used to be a flame. Now I'm just the echo of a whisper of your name. Don't reach out to save me, don't try to bring me back. It's easier to vanish than to face the things I lack. I'm fading out like a radio song on a lonely night, losing the frequency, losing the gold, losing the light. I'm a Polaroid left in the sun, turning into white, trying to hold the image, but I've lost the will to fight. Getting smaller in the distance, a blur in the gray, and I'm just fading out a little more every day. Going thin as the air. Look at the space, I'm not even there. Fading, fading. I've looked at the timestamp 1,000 times today. 2:14 p.m. on a Tuesday in May. You sounded so normal, you sounded so fine, talking about movies and places to dine. I didn't know then that the air was thinning out. The see you later was riddled with doubt. I was checking my watch, I was looking for keys, while our whole world was falling to its knees. If I'd known the oxygen was leaving the room, I'd have breathed in your words like a heavy perfume. I'd have memorized the way you say my name before everything familiar went up in a flame. The last time we talked, it was nothing special, just ordinary words on a sinking vessel. We didn't say forever, we didn't say goodbye, we just let the signal flicker out and die. Now I'm trapped in the static of a mundane line, searching for a meaning that I'll never find. It's the silence that follows that's making me small, since the last time we talked and we said nothing at all. I went back to the transcript, I scrolled to the end, looking for a fracture I was supposed to mend. Was your voice a bit lower? Was the laughter too thin? Or was I just too busy letting the world in? Now I'm holding my phone like a holy relic. The mundane details feel so psychedelic. I'm haunted by the ghost of a casual hey that I didn't know would be the final thing you'd say. I trade 1,000 I love yous just to hear you complain about the traffic in the city or the sound of the rain. Give me the boring, the bitter, the brief, anything but this loud, unshakable grief. The last time we talked, it was nothing special, special, just ordinary words on a sinking vessel. We didn't say forever, we didn't say goodbye. We just let the signal flicker out and die. Now I'm trapped in the static of a mundane line, searching for a meaning that I'll never find. It's the silence that follows that's making me small. Since the last time we talked and we said nothing at all. Talking to myself alone. It's been 6 months and 14 days since you packed the blue suitcase and went your separate ways. I thought that you would be the hardest part to bear, like a sudden gust of cold in the summer air. But then came the vows, stretching out like the miles in the D at the end, where we ran out of smiles. I used to think it was a breath, a flicker, a spark, but it's a marathon running through the dark. It's not a period, it's a jagged line that keeps on moving through the fabric of time. I'm stuck in the middle, caught in the sound of a 5-letter wrecking ball bringing me down. Because goodbye is a long, long word, the loudest silence I've ever heard. It doesn't end when you walk out the door. It echoes through the hallways and sinks through the floor. It's a syllable for every dream that we missed, and a letter for every ghost of a kiss. I'm still trying to finish what we started to say, but goodbye is a long word, and I'm only halfway. The O is a circle where I'm chasing your ghost around the dinner table where I miss you the most. The B is the bridge that we burned to the ground while we watched all the embers come spiraling down. Every time I think I've reached the final lead, I find another page of what you meant to me. It's a sentence that never finds a place to rest, a heavy weight dragging inside of my chest. If it was short, I could breathe again. If it was quick, I could find the end. But it lingers in the air like a winter frost, counting up the hours and the years that we lost. Yeah, goodbye is a long, long word, the loudest silence I've ever heard. It doesn't end when you walk out the door. It echoes through the hallways and sinks through the floor. It's a syllable for every dream that we missed, and a letter for every ghost of a kiss. I'm still trying to finish what we started to say, but goodbye is a long word, and I'm only halfway. G for the grief, O for the only one, O for the over, D for the done, B for the breaking, Y for the why, E for the empty. It's a long word, and I'm still not finished saying. I've been wandering this house like a museum guide, showing ghosts all the places where we used to hide. The kitchen table still holds the ring from your glass. I'm afraid to wipe it clean, afraid to let it pass. But the electric bill is high and the spirits are low, and I'm tired of living in a 3-year-old show. One by one, I'm walking room to room, giving back the shadows to the gathering gloom. It's a heavy kind of clicking, a final kind of snap, like a soldier retreating, folding up the map. I'm tired of seeing what I don't have anymore. I'm turning out the lights on the way we used to be, extinguishing the you and the us and the me. No more searching for your face in the glow of the hall. No more watching for your silhouette to dance on the wall. It's a slow kind of dark, but it's honest at least. Giving up the ghost, letting go of the feast. Yeah, I'm finally brave enough to lose the sight. I'm turning out the lights, 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 The bedroom is the hardest, it's the heart of the flame, where the air still vibrates with the sound of your name. I used to leave the lamp on, a beacon in the night, in case you changed your mind and came looking for the light. But the bulb started flickering, a tired dying star, and I realized that home isn't wherever you are. It's a mercy to be blind when there's nothing left to see except the empty side of the bed staring back at me. I'm not saying I'm healed, I'm not saying I'm fine, I'm just drawing a limit, I'm just drawing a line. You can't keep a fire going when the wood is all ash, and you can't save the photo after the flash. I'm turning out the lights on the way we used to be, extinguishing the you and the us and the me. No more searching for your face in the glow of the hall. No more watching for your silhouette to dance on the wall. It's a slow kind of dark, but it's honest at least. Giving up the ghost, letting go of the feast. Yeah, I'm finally brave enough to lose the sight. I'm turning out the light. There goes the hallway, there goes the den. I'm never gonna look for you again. Good night, my love. Good night, my ghost. Good night, my ghost. I haven't touched the thermostat since Tuesday, afraid if I change the air I'll lose the scent of you. The floorboards have stopped their aching under your weight, and the silence here is a brand of heavy I never knew. I find myself staring at the space where you leave your keys, right next to the mail I'm too tired to even read. They say time is a healer, but time is just a thief, stealing the sound of your voice and leaving me grief. Now there's a hum in the walls that won't let me be. It's just static in the hallway, white noise in the dark, trying to find the frequency of a long extinguished spark. I'm reaching for a signal that isn't coming through, tuning into nothing just to feel a ghost of you. Every shadow is a maybe, every flicker is a lie. Just static in the hallway where we said our last goodbye. The neighbors probably think I finally lost my mind, leaving the porch light on for a I'll never find. I walked past your old room and I swore I heard a door slam, but it was just the wind marking the hollow shell I am. I'm tracing the wallpaper where your shoulder used to lean, caught in the fuzz between the screen and what it's supposed to mean. Is it a glitch in the memory, a crack in the soul, or just the price of a heart that was never truly whole? Turn the volume up until the feedback starts to scream. Anything is better than the quiet of this dream. It's just static in the hallway, white noise in the dark, trying to find the frequency of a long extinguished spark. I'm reaching for a signal that isn't coming through, tuning into nothing just to feel a ghost of you. Every shadow is a maybe, every flicker is a lie. Just static in the hallway where we said our last goodbye. It's getting louder now, the hum of the empty, the buzz of the gone, just a frequency of one. I'm still listening for you. The ink is finally settled on the very last page. The actors are exhausted, stepping off of the stage. I'm sitting in the front row, watching the curtains fall, listening to the silence bouncing off of the wall. We had 1,000 chapters of fire and of gold, a plot that felt like something that could never get old. But I'm staring at the margins where the paper is dry, and realizing happily ever after was a beautiful lie. I've been reading the beginning just to feel the spark, back before the dialogue got bitter and dark. But you can't change the letters when the story is through, and I've reached the part where I have to lose you. This is the end of the story, the final goodnight, the closing of the vision, the fading of the light. We've run out of metaphors, we've run out of time. There's no more reason for the rhythm or the rhyme. It's not a cliffhanger, there's no sequel in store, just a heavy thud as the book hits the floor. Yeah, we're at the polite little end, to lose a protagonist and a best friend. This is the end of the story, the final goodnight, the closing of the vision, the fading of the light. Run out of metaphors, we run out of time. There's no more reason for the rhythm or the rhyme. It's not a cliffhanger, there's no sequel in store, just a heavy thud as the book hits the floor. The end is in black, the end is in white. I'm putting our ghost to sleep for the night. It was a good read while it lasted. The argument ran out of oxygen an hour ago. Now we're just two shadows in the television's glow. I'm waiting for the sorry or the stay or the wait, but the air in here is freezing under all of this weight. You're looking at the window like you're already gone. I'm looking at the clock just to see it hit dawn. We said a million sentences, we shouted through the years, but now the vocabulary is drowned in all our tears. I used to think that goodbye was the hardest thing to say, but goodbye has a melody, a path to walk away. This is something different, something cold and blurred, when the echoes stop coming and nothing is heard. Because silence is the final word we're speaking, the sound of a promise that's tired and leaking. It's not a period, it's a long empty line, where I'm no longer yours and you're no longer mine. No more excuses, no more I love you heard, just the heavy white noise. Silence is the final word. I reached for your shoulder, but I pulled my hand back, afraid that the quiet would finally start to crack. If I don't say a thing, then we haven't reached the end, but the distance is a canyon that we're never gonna mend. You're folding your laundry, I'm staring at the floor. We're loud in the ways that we don't talk anymore. Every unsaid feeling is a ghost in the hall, and the not talking is the loudest thing of all. Give me a scream, give me a jacket, get out. Give me a reason to believe in the doubt, but the static is a poison, the stillness is a cage, and we're both just staring at a blank final page. Because silence is the final word we're speaking, the sound of a promise that's tired and leaking. It's not a period, it's a long empty line, where I'm no longer yours and you're no longer mine. No more excuses, no more sky didn't fall. The sun still climbed over the garden wall. But inside this kitchen, the gravity's gone. I'm anchored to floorboards I can't stand upon. You took the we and you left me the I, a small quiet version of a hollow goodbye. The coffee is cold and the calendar's stuck on the day that we finally ran out of luck. The cars are still moving on the street outside, like they don't even know that a universe died. Don't they see the stars flickering out one by one? Don't they know that for me the daylight is done? It's the end of the world for now. I'm just trying to remember how to breathe somehow. The mountains haven't crumbled, the seas haven't dried, but everything living has withered inside. It's a localized apocalypse, a private debris, a planet of one, and it's spinning on me. Yeah, it's the end of the world, at least for now. Walking through aisles of a grocery store, staring at things I don't need anymore. 2 loaves of bread when I only need one. The math of a breakup is never quite done. I see a couple laughing by the frozen glass, and I feel like a ghost watching history pass. The apocalypse isn't a fire or a flood, it's the slow, steady freezing of someone's own blood. They say that the earth will keep turning around, that the grass will grow back on this scorched over ground. But they don't see the craters, they don't see the cracks, they don't see the way that my heart's under attack. Maybe tomorrow the sky will look blue, but today is just gray without any of you. It's the end of the world for now. I'm just trying to remember how to breathe somehow. The mountains haven't crumbled, the seas haven't dried, but everything living has withered inside. It's a localized apocalypse, a private debris, a planet of one, and it's spinning on me. Yeah, it's the end of the world, at least for now. The sirens are silent, the smoke is just steam. I'm waking up slowly from a beautiful dream. It's the end of the world, but the clock just struck 10. I guess I'll try to survive it again. I found a stack of glossy print, a shoebox under the bed, dusting off the corners of the things we never said. There's a girl with your eyes, laughing at a beach I've never seen, and a boy who looks like me, standing where I've never been. We look so sure of ourselves, like the world was ours to keep. But looking at them now, it's like a secret I can't reap. The colors are too bright for the way I feel. these happy faces? Why do they look so free? Because they don't look like you, and they don't feel like me. Now they're just photographs of people I don't know, captured in a moment from a lifetime ago. I'm staring at the smiles, trying to find a trace of the love we used to carry in this unfamiliar place. We're strangers in the frame, lost in the afterglow. Just photographs of people I don't know. I saw you on a mutual's feed, a candid from last night. You were glowing in the kitchen under that low-hanging light. There were hands around your shoulders, voices I couldn't name, a whole new cast of characters playing in our game. You look so much like the person I used to call my own. Memory is a liar, it crops out all the pain. It keeps the sun and filters out the rain. I wanna reach inside the glass and tell them what I know, that forever is a heavy word that's meant to let you go. Now there's photographs of people I don't know, captured in a moment from a lifetime ago. I'm staring at the smiles, trying to find a trace of the love we used to carry in this unfamiliar place. We're strangers in the frame, lost in the afterglow. Just photographs of people I don't know. I think I'll leave them in the box, let them stay young, let them stay together, while I learn to be someone else in a picture they'll never see.